Hello, everybody. This is Pearl of Wisdom today with Katharina, with Suchada, and with Navasit. And you have questions for me.
Yeah. So my question is, what is the difference from a crystal and a normal stone?
Yes, this is a very interesting topic, and a lot of people love crystals and different kind of stones. So let me start in the beginning with the stones, and I'm gonna share my screen. I have prepared some pictures for you so we can, yes, that should be, yeah. Okay, you can see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a normal stone. And a normal stone has usually the compounds, this is made of like oxygen and silicon. And in the most common elements are also sandstone, limestone, granite. And the silicon and the oxygen are clustered together, pressed together. So we have different materials pressed together a very long time that they petrify and become stone through mainly, I think it's pressure. But again, I'm not the specialist on geology, so don't take me on that. You can Google it and everybody can figure out more details if you like. So stones are generally made out of minerals, and these minerals are natural occurring inorganic compounds. And they are made out of molecules which are constructed of a variety of elements. So you can check the element table that we have, and you can see that the stones, different stones have different kind of elements inside. Like, for example, a marble will be different than a granite. So there are different combinations that give a different look to a stone. Now, a normal stone has a very slow vibration. You all know about the Schumann resonance. The Earth's resonance is like 7.83 hertz. And this is a very slow resonance, and this is like the heartbeat of the Earth. And the stone is connected with this heartbeat. So the stones are created within millions of years. That is not a process that is happening very fast. But that now inside of the stones, and you see that very well, for example, in a crystal cave, like for example, you have sometimes when a stone has a form, and when you open it, you see inside that is like amethyst, clear quartz, rose quartz, and I will show pictures about that later. So this is made with pressure. Most stones are an original stone with certain minerals inside, and according to the minerals, with the pressure of the thousands of years, they form crystals. It can be also heat, like from volcanoes, or it can be even vapor or humidity that is part of the process of forming a crystal. So the word actually crystal comes from the Greek root language kristallos, and we also use in English and other language the word crystallize. That means a certain process that something becomes a crystal. And we can see that also, for example, in the Himalaya salt. Like in cataclysm, when the earth has shifted, the tectonic plate has shifted, there maybe was a sea that was suddenly in the mountains, and we can find also fossil fish or shells in the mountains, in desert. And the pressure, the water go all down, but the salt is somewhere like stuck in between, and the pressure has formed the crystal. So if you look at the Himalaya salt, the pink, for example, it looks nearly like a rose quartz. But if you put it in water, it melts. Rose quartz doesn't. Okay, so far more to the technical details, and I will show you now a few more pictures And I will explain you more about crystals itself, because we work with crystals in many, many ways. The crystal has not just an energy, it has also the energy of the color itself. The energy of the color is this being used, we use it in healing. So let me go ahead here. I have, wait a second, I cannot push the arrow because okay, here we go. Okay, here comes the amethyst first. The amethyst, actually, I wanted the clear quartz first. Let me see here. Now see the clear quartz, that is the one that is probably the most common, the clear quartz. And you can see that in many, many forms, and high up, like they can be huge. You can see crystal caves where the crystals are inside, or like up to 7, 8, 9 meters tall. But in general, we have smaller crystals that are formed within that stone cave, that some pictures are coming later. And generally, the normal crystal is an amplifier. It does amplify anything around it. It is a very, very powerful energy, and it is always a hexagonal structure. We have many different crystals, they have different structures. We can see it also, which is connected with the original minerals that it's formed of. So the crystal is one of those we see very often, very common. It absorbs and releases energy. It also can regulate energy. And we know that crystal, for example, is also used as the silica base of many different modern technology, including computers. And one of the very simple things is like a lighter. When you click on a lighter and you have the flame coming up, it is the crystal, the little bit of crystal inside with the pressure, and the gas can light on it. It gives an electric spark. So a crystal has energy. And like that's what we use, for example, in orgone, that we use the pressure to make the crystal emitting energy.
So it is energy come from, right?
Yeah. So it absorbs energy also. So this is why crystals have to be cleaned. They have a memory. Very powerful memory. And in ancient societies, they use actually crystals instead of books. So they can, I don't know how that works, but they feed the crystal with, like, for example, you could, you don't type in it, but you transmit pictures, and you can give that crystal to another person, hold it in their hand, and they see that like a movie in their own head.
Wow. So amazing.
So we are very much behind, you know, the consciousness level here is just not where we are going. So I'm very much looking forward. You know, I had sometimes some dreams about it, and that sometimes I'm very frustrated in the morning when I wake up. It's all back to normal 3D.
And by the way, if the crystal memorize the bad energy, how can we clean the crystal?
Exactly. That's a good question, because that's very important. Like usually we put it in water with salt and put it in some crystals in the sun and some crystals in the moonlight, to pull out negative energy, to clean crystals. Another really powerful method is you can put the crystal on a Tesla plate. A Tesla plate is a sogenannte a tachyon device, which is an antenna. That means if you put the crystal on a Tesla plate, it cleans it with cosmic energy. The Tesla plates are made in a way that they are always full of energy. You never need to cleanse them or to charge them or anything. And if you have Tesla plate, you can put crystals on a Tesla plate. So when we use, for example, the orgone, let me see if I have one with Tesla plate here. No, I don't. But anyway, if we use the orgone with the crystals inside, and usually I have a Tesla plate on the back, you can also put all kind of crystals on a Tesla plate itself. Like on my computer, by the computer, I have the big black one. That absorbs, so I could also, for all electromagnetic frequency, you can put it on the big Tesla plates. So they have different colors with different meanings, same as the crystals. So crystals are very, very, we can say, important also in our life, because they have a memory. They store the whole memory from the planet and everything. So this is the way also you can sit with crystal, you can meditate, and you can heal with a crystal. You can, since the crystal does absorb energies and give energy, you can work on the aura with a crystal and absorb negative energy from a body. But of course, you have to cleanse it afterwards. And this is what we usually do with salt water. And then you're going to put the water in nature somewhere. You know that nature also absorbs a lot of negative energy. So it helps. And it's okay to put negative energy into the earth.
You mean the Mother Earth?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it's like when you go to the bathroom, you have all your waste goes back into Mother Earth, and this is kind of nourishment that the plants can grow. So if you have natural forests, for example, like we had in the past, like they are very fertile because there is all the wood and the leaf and everything fall down, and the animals in the forest, even some dead bodies, they compost in the earth and give nourishment for new growth. So if you use a crystal, you have to clean it, because you won't have 20 years to wait till to reuse the crystal, say for example, till the crystal releases certain energies again.
And how long do we have to leave the crystal in the salt water?
I usually put it overnight. Or I did. Now I put them on the Tesla plate. So, but before I had Tesla plates, I usually had a bowl with that I use, a crystal bowl, and I put in some Himalaya salt or sea salt, and I put the crystals in. When I was having some healing sessions that I did use crystals, I put them in immediately. Or if I just had those in the rooms around, I put it out one time a month, and usually at full moon. And some stones I put in the sun.
So it depends on the kind of stone.
Yes, it depends. And I mean, again, you can check it with kinesiology, that certain stones like the sun, like for example, also amber. Amber is not really a stone with the same compounds of silicone, but it is a sap, a petrified sap from the tree. So it is different. And I know that this stone, amber, loves sunshine. Okay, so let's go forward and let's have a look at a few stones. Now here we have a beautiful amethyst, and you can also see amethyst is the same similar compounds like also rose quartz and other quartz stones, and you see them always in hexagonal form. They are always six-sided. And you remember, that's what I said. That's why in my centers that I had, I built a pavilion with a hexagonal structure, because when I was working with the crystal bowls, that is the natural shape. And in a way, the pavilion with the hexagonal roof looks like the top of a crystal. And the energy was very, very powerful.
I see.
These shapes are all natural.
Yes, this is natural.
It looks so smooth, like man-made.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that if you have really original stones like this, they are in a perfect shape already. But people, they hammer it out. They come with machines or whatever, so many are distorted. But if you also go in a crystal shop and you look even at little crystals that you can see sometimes, they are perfect. They're little, the top is really like this hexagonal structure. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But of course now people would complain, but you know, this is not natural that this here is kaput. Normal if this is damaged. So if you have, for example, we have let me see if the picture comes here. Also, see here, you can see it very well. This is rose quartz. You can see here, but this is also part of growth. This is now finished up, and this is also cut out of the stones. So this is rose crystal growing on a, it's nearly a smoky quartz. So when we look at the compounds of a rose quartz, the energy of the pink is the light, the white, and the red, the vital life energy together, which is the energy of love. So we can say this is unconditional love and peace, because the rose quartz just gives out the energy, does not discriminate anything. It is self-acceptance. It helps to people to find peace and love. So if you wear a rose quartz, or if you give a rose quartz to somebody as a gift, this is a gift of love.
But for all the crystal, like I have the bracelets, it makes like crystal, but it's all shaped into the round.
Yes.
Does it reduce the energy of the crystal?
You know, the thing is, when you have a natural crystal, the energy is always stronger. Because imagine that the structure, when you have a structure, when you cut it short, the energy is cut off. But it still works. It still has an energy. The crystal itself, in whatever form it is, has an energy. But from when you work with crystal, if you want to heal with crystal, or even when we make orgone, I use most of the time natural stone. But when I, for example, like I make something like this, you can imagine I need to smash down the stones, because this is small. So what I do is I have a stone, what do you call it?
Hammer.
Yeah, no, you know where you make some thumb inside. What do you
call
it?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, a mortar. And I have also, this thing is with stone, and I smash the stones, and I make it all by hand. You know that, and the stones are split up. And some are very, very small stones that I mix then with the metal and with the epoxy, so that the pressure that is coming up, that this gives the energy that releases the constant energy. So the more natural a stone is, in a way, we can say, the better. And if you have in your house, as for example, a cave, see, this is the, like, imagine that rose quartz they can be huge. They can be huge in caves, and of course they smash them down. This is the raw rose quartz, how it looks, and then from here they go on and polish it and put it in forms. Like, for example, see here, that would be a nice oval form. You know, you can see what kind of form, and then you have again left over. And they're left over, they are usually also tumbled, and then they become very small little stones that you can use for very different purposes. And this energy of pink is a very beautiful energy, very soft, and already if you look at it, you calm down. Now see, that's what I meant. This is like a cave with amethyst, and you can see that the completely formed amethyst here, you can see they are all absolute perfect hexagonal like fingers. And it's always like this. Outside you have the clear compound of quartz, and so also when you break down those stones, like even if you buy, for example, amethyst, and if you buy little stones to make necklaces, you have a lot of stones that are nearly white. So the more expensive the stones are, the more dark violet they are. When you buy the cheaper bulk, you have more white. So the more white is then from this inside, it's still the amethyst, but here the inside, the dark violet is the really powerful, expensive one. And amethyst is the stone that is a very protective stone. Dark purple, the color also itself is protection, and it is a spiritual frequency of transformation.
Wow.
So amethyst is very good for people like where you meditate, in a place where you meditate, to have them. And it helps against psychic attacks. So if you need protection, and if you want to focus, to remain focused on your spiritual goal, the best thing is to wear amethyst, or amethyst and rose quartz together is very nice combination too, because then you keep your heart open and you're protected and you're open. We can say open to the higher self, you know. Like the most important thing is that we are aligned to our higher self.
So we can put in the room.
Yeah. And citrine.
Citrine.
Citrine, see, this is the same. It is just like broken from a cave. You can also have the caves. And this is also different shape of yellow till orange. And the citrine is the abundance stones. A lot of people use it. It attracts the gold color if it is in the sun, and it likes the sun also for cleansing. It attracts golden energy, which is also abundance. It doesn't help also. It helps for self-esteem, like when we look at the topic of Leo, for example, to really bring that power out within a person. So a person who does not have enough self-esteem would be it would be a very great benefit for them to wear citrine. Citrine is the solar energy. It also helps, you know, sun does also clean. Like, for example, even if you have a white shirt and you have spots on a white shirt, you can put on some lemon water, put it in the sun, and it cleans it. It bleaches it. So sun has a very strong cleaning effect. It does transmute in that way negative energies. Let me see. Yeah, see, that's that's calcite. Okay, they don't come like I put them in a row 1 and 2, but it's a bit different. So calcite is, you see calcite has also the word calcium inside. You see this is a similar stone, but now you see that they are different structures. So this have a little bit different also compound, and you can see here it is not anymore a hexagonal structure. It becomes to square, and it's like sheets, you know, like sheets, and but they're also inside. When you look inside the stone, it's a cluster, and they also can make round, and other different forms. So calcite can have all kind of colors from yellow to brown, orange, very different energies, and they can be very dull, like not transparent. But if you have a sheet out here, like you see this one here, it nearly looks like a citrine. It also shines and it's transparent. And the calcite is also an energizing and cleansing stone. It helps to balance the emotions. It helps to dissolve problem, to maximize potential.
So how can this stone affect us? It emits energy,
Energetically.
vibration, and
Now
we
just imagine every stone, every crystal emits energy.
And when it nears us, we just absorb the vibration.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
So this is, for example, also better if you have it on your left arm, because the left hand and the left arm is absorbing, the right hand and the right arm is giving. It's giving and receiving, you know, yin and yang principle.
I see.
So when you have it on the left finger, also like when you have the wedding ring or whatever, it's usually on the left finger. This is receiving energy, absorbing energy.
Oh, so we should wear in the left hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or on the left wrist, or but you can also wear it as a necklace, for example.
But if we wear it all the time, is it too much energy for?
No, you need to, especially at night, take it off, because at night you need to relax, you need to sleep. And if you have certain stones that are really absorbing a lot of energy, it's better if you put them out at the fresh air. So for example, when I had, I don't wear bracelets anymore, but I did before, and I usually put it out just outside on the balcony, on the table, and if we had moonlight, the moonlight would have touched it.
Okay.
I never cleanse my stone. So now it's time.
You need
including the pendulum. Do we have to need to clean the pendulum?
Well, the pendulum is good to have a very natural stone and cleanse it once in a while in salt water, or you can also cleanse a pendulum the same way as you use it. Like you can hold the pendulum, like for example, I have here, that is a crystal one. Let me show you. Let me show you quickly. Like for example, if I have the pendulum. So when I use it, I can also just have the pendulum, hold it, and now I say, now unwind negative energies, unwind negative energies, unwind negative energies. And then the pendulum start to make some kind of stuff and patterns and go forth and back and left and right. And I just let it do it till it stops.
Okay.
So the pendulum is, we can say, a prolonged arm. Like when we do, for example, the kinesiology that you test like this, it is like part of this kinesiology energy that goes from your hand when you hold it into the pendulum. Because remember, you're not just that physical body.
Yeah.
The first step that we have is like we have this part of the aura, that is the body aura, and then we have several more layers. So that pendulum is within our aura. But you can also, if you have like whatever crystal pendulum, you can put it even in a little bit salt water or just out. You can also put it out on the soil. But not maybe in a city. But I can just put it out there, put it under a tree, or put it somewhere in the grass, and I will have the energy there. Okay. So we have the calcite here. That is what I said. That's the there is one thing what is said in the healing, that calcite helps to remove mucus from the system. And when you use it in this way, there are 2 ways you can use it, or actually 3 ways. You can have a cluster of calcite and just put it on your body or hold it for a while, absorb it. You can wear a necklace or a bracelet, or you can put the piece, if it's like this, you can put it in water and drink it, or if you have it like in the form of a flat thing or something like a coaster, you can put a glass of water on top of it and drink it. And this is for all crystals. You can do that. They work, but selenite, for example, is too soft. It would not work. Now this is also calcite, but here you have a more orange shape here, and you see this is like from a cave, and this is like here it's a crystal and a calcite. So you see that this is like, I think it depends on the age, and it depends on the original form it was on. I see sometimes things that stones that completely contradict what I think it is, but I just this picture is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, what happened? Okay, here this is selenite. This is relatively soft. And if you selenite also, I have a selenite lamp. This is a very beautiful energy. They make many crystals, like for example, even if you have a crystal cave, in whatever crystal you can put in a little lamp. And it helps to give out the energy, to circulate it, because the lamp gives warm air that goes out into the room, and in a way bring out the energy. So this very often is formed sometimes, see, it's nearly like a flower, but some as the selenite I have here is more like sheets, like long sheets. Then here we have blue fluorite. Fluorite also is a stone with several different colors. Fluorite is it can be violet, it can be nearly white, it can be light blue, it can be different shade of green. I did use it very often, because this is also a highly protective energy, and especially for people who like to be more clear, it helps to discern, it helps to discriminate about the energy and avoid manipulation. And I think especially in the time now, I have in a lot of pendants, I have fluorite, because now this influence is very bad, so that we are protected, that other people don't make us do things that we really don't want to do. This is a very good protective energy, also helping dissolve negative patterns, belief, fixation. If you're really fixed in some kind of belief, like my grandfather did it already this way, my father did it this way, and so on, that kind of old stuff that we really need to let go now, because we are moving in a different frequency. The Schumann resonance of the earth is shifting, changing. We have our physical body with all of it is changing, so we cannot hold on to the old. And fluorite is one of the stones that really helps. It's very powerful stone. This is amethyst. And you can see also that the amethyst has also, like, this is a very natural stone, goes also into white and has also different forms. See here, you can see nearly a hexagon. Here we see a square. So it depends, I think, also very much on how old the stone is, in what environment that it forms. And no, not aquamarine. Did I say right? Did I say amethyst?
Amethyst.
Sorry, aquamarine.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, aquamarine. Okay, the attributes of aquamarine is like, you know, aqua means water in Latin, is relaxing. It is relaxing. It is like once you settle within yourself, it encourages you to be yourself, to quiet your mind, to let go of stress. In ancient times also they counteract with aquamarine forces of darkness. Like you find in old temples very often aquamarine around the doors. You know, there is also a tradition that you should paint your door blue where people come into the house. And that goes with, yes, the front door of the house. I have a friend who is doing the feng shui, and she said that at least you should have a blue picture or something blue by the entrance. And the best thing to have there is some aquamarine.
Put the aquamarine.
Yeah. Oh,
at the door.
here again. See, that's here you can see a little bit pyrite inside, and here in the back crystal. They are often, you know, they grow together. So first you have the pure white, and then it comes out the color, and then they cut it off to do the different gemstones. I just love it. It's just beautiful. This is amber. Now see, you can see here also from the different structure, the stones are very different. That is, here is even a little animal. I have another one. Yeah, this is then when you crush it off. It is very often not completely clear, but when you polish it, amber is very beautiful and clear. And I said, this is sap. And amber is usually used for also bones, and when you have amber to give to children when they receive their first teeth. So in Europe, babies, they give them a little necklace with amber to help them to get their teeth. Amber. What else do we have? The body promote tissue revitalization, stimulates intellect and cleans depression. When I'm looking at that, that's what I have on my homepage. I just double check sometime. Yeah, here you see these are the petrified animals inside of the sap. Some people really like that. I really wouldn't like to have a petrified mosquito in my necklace. Not my favorite.
So natural.
Yes. And now we have black tourmaline. Tourmaline is very powerful protection. And this is really one of the most powerful to absorb negative energy. You know, black absorbs. Remember, we talked about the color. Yeah. Black is absorbing. So if you have black tourmaline, if you have a place where you need protection, that is one of the most powerful stones, the tourmaline. It's also like obsidian and a couple others you can use, but tourmaline is the most powerful for cleansing, purification, and transforms negative energy. So this one, the best to use this one is afterwards also put it into the ground, like put it outside somewhere. You can even put some soil on top of it, you know, just really put it in so that the earth can absorb all the negativity out of the stone. Very powerful. I love black tourmaline. I have it in most of my pendants everywhere, a little bit of black tourmaline. This is the other. See, tourmaline is very colorful. You have practically every color from green and blue to violet and pink. And you see here that is a different structure. You see, like also in the, you didn't see so well in the black one, but this is like really growing in stripes, in sheets, you know, these are sheets on top of each other. And this is again aquamarine. See, aquamarine can also have slightly greenish color. And you see here again, see, it's very interesting forms. But here generally it's also sometimes square, sometimes hexagonal.
Mm-hmm.
And the base here looks, what it is in is like pyrite, what do you call it in English? Pyrite, okay. I have a hard time to sometimes pronounce that. That's aquamarine, raw aquamarine again. Beautiful, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we have a very special stone. This is Unakite. Unakite is not very well-known stone, but yeah, the most incredible things happen with the Unakite that I was using. There was 1 or 2 people who won Lotto, and one lady just 2 times in a row the moment she put on her Unakite pendant. So it was very interesting, but it's a stone of vision and balance and also abundance. Now look at the earth colors inside. It's green and red, and there is also some brown. It is a stone that helps to ground you. And the moment you're grounded, you're aligned with the earth, you automatically are aligned with abundance. So this was very funny. That was a big thing happening and everybody wanted to buy Unakite. I don't know if others want to, but that was amazing. So the Unakite is also helping you to resolve blockages. It's very interesting when you look at this here from red into the green, you know, like 2 colors that are usually biting each other. They are the opposite in the color frame, but they are here, they are so harmonious together when you look at them that it really helps. You can also, I mean, you can use only 1 color. Like here we have, I think generally there is more green. But and it helps you to release blockages, to resolve energies from the past, because you align also with the here and now. Most people are living either in the past or in the future. Like this is the fear, you know, like some, you know, here my gardener, the first word he always says when I tell him to do something, I fear that this could happen, that could happen. There were a little bit black cloud and he was here with the car, and they're like, he drove around with the car 3 times because he was afraid it could rain. So it's kind of, you know, this kind of energy will completely be released. Because you are aligned with nature. If it's gonna rain, I know immediately because I'm aligned with nature. I smell it. I don't look at the clouds and I think and blah blah. Sometimes it's really black, but we have no rain. So just I feel it.
I see.
So this helps you to align, to realign with nature, that you can also reframe problems, that you can look at them from a different perspective. You know, one's from red and one's from green. And that helps you to be more flexible, to be more grounded. This is the raw Unakite. Oh, now we have one of my favorite stones, Labradorite. Where do I have?
What is it? What is it called? Labradorite.
Labradorite. You know, like the dog Labrador and an "ite" at the end. I don't know why. It's the same name like the dog. Labradorite, as you can see, with the shimmer of very different colors coming from red and blue and green, and it's very mystical. It's a really stone that has a lot of Neptune qualities also. It's like a magical stone. It's also a stone for people who are working with energies, general energies, like also healing and everything, to protect them. It helps to raise consciousness to a higher level. There are many, many beautiful different color shapes. It can be even like nearly a dull gray, but don't underestimate it. Is as powerful, because sometimes that duller gray is helping you to ground yourself and not be lost in the illusion. Labrador can treat many disorders because, you know, when we have any disorders in our physical body, they origin in the mind or in the emotion. The next, like something like sadness or whatever, it manifests in the body in an illness. And so Labradorite can help you to see through the illusion of the physical symptom to find out what's really wrong with you. Very powerful stone.
Wow.
It helps also to rise the consciousness into a more universal and cosmic consciousness, and not just like me ego and I'm the world, you know, kind of expand that a bit, which can be difficult for some people. And here is a variety. You see, you can have so many different colors from violet to green. See, even those stones, they are so beautiful. I just absolutely love it. This one is very funny with the green, yellow, violet. Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah. It helps also to strengthen your self-esteem, to be you more spirit, like the spirit having a human experience instead of thinking you're a human. And that's a raw one. Awesome, no? And this is red carnelian. And that one is already shaped in a flame. And as you can see already, the red carnelian has an energy of fire. So people who have problem with the blood, for example, or also have not enough energy, a lot of women actually need carnelian, especially when they have problem with menstruation. Carnelian can help a lot with these things. It's a very powerful stone. And I have, wait a second, I have a cluster here. See, this is just like, this is also like leftovers that are tumbled. And you can see that also a lot of colors. This is actually, I don't know if it's a light, but generally carnelian can be really very dark, nearly like ruby. So this is a stone that is especially good for women who have a problem with energy. Like, you know, you can see already a woman who has very pale skin, a man too, but because of the menstruation, a woman needs to replace the blood. So this is a very helpful stone to wear during menstruation also. It also can help you for fearful people who have fear. It promotes courage. And here we have peridot. We don't have actually so many really green stones, but peridot is also a very beautiful stone that purifies the physical body. It helps also the mind to relax. I use also peridot very often to help people to ground, like, you know, ground and let that old luggage and baggage that you carry around leave you, that you're not overpowered. It's also something to, you know, but once you are going into this green energy and you are aligned to the physical life on that planet, then it is also easy to reach your destiny. So it helps you to come back to, like, for example, you could have just little pieces of peridot, put it in a basin of water and soak your feet. It would help you to release a lot of negative energy. And it has a nearly like a tonic effect that it stimulates you. It's like the root, you know, when you have your feet in a foot bath with peridot, it is like the root is bringing up the energy from the ground. Okay, so I have a lot more, but I think that's enough. It is very important to understand what stones in general do. We have also, let me just show you one more image here again. Let me show you this one, and then see, this is so beautiful, the agate. You see all the layers. You see now how it grows, how it comes from in the frame of the stone outside, and then from inside, from pressure, all the layers that it does. This is so beautiful, and you can see agate in most every color. This is moss agate. And here now, see, this is awesome, no? You don't need much more. You just, they slice them through, and this is a picture in itself. It's a testimony of nature. And when you feel it, when you put your hand on a stone like that, you really can feel the energy of the stone. It's beautiful. And this is what I use, is the Crystal Bible. You can buy that online or in any good bookshop. And this book has a lot of information, and it is material. It gives you all the material compounds of the stone, the information, but also the spiritual information. And this is what I like so much about it. It's not just one-sided. And a lot of books, for example, they have only like, so see, you see that it's like a lot of information on one stone. You have everything about also the color, the appearance, the source, the rarity. So you can really figure all the attributes of a stone, what it is. So as you probably saw, I'm very passionate about stones. They are very beautiful. And it's really worth to work with stones because they are healers, helpers, and friends.
Very good idea.
Okay, so did I answer all your questions, or is there still something more?
I think we got everything. That's enough.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you for your question. And for you listeners, please like and share this video. And I see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.